Okay, we're going to reconvene for our last interview of the day, end of the week. Just a couple of housekeeping items. One, as a reminder, following up from yesterday's, if you are interested in helping think through some of the criteria around an expansion slash subcampus, just let John know. We're going to have that committee meet here pretty quickly. And so reminder of that. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Rackley. Yeah.
Before I begin with our final applicant, RYZE Academy today, just a reminder that we do have we'll begin the standard timeline in October. So we do have the 3 standard applicants, and I think that's on my final slide, or the next to the last. We have 3, and then, so there's, well, actually, no, because we have 1 withdrawal here. So those 2 standard applications, one will represent an EMO, and then we did invite back Focus Academy next month. So that will be the 3 applicants for the month of October. So yep, we have RYZE Academy next, our final applicant. Again, RYZE Academy is anticipating an accelerated open for August of 2026, slated to open in Forsyth County, with the mission to empower the next generation of students through rigorous hands-on learning that fosters an entrepreneurial mindset and conscious leadership to make a positive impact in their communities and beyond. Opening with the K-8 model in year 1, beginning with grades K-4 there, growing at year 5 capacity, 450 students. And so they will use an outside vendor for their nutrition services, and they'll use a free and reduced lunch pricing matrix to determine those students who are eligible for the free and reduced lunch pricing. There is in their budget a line item to purchase 3 buses in year 1, and they will utilize community stops and then hire those part-time bus drivers. There will be a weighted lottery in effect for the enrollment and admissions at RYZE Academy. They do have a facility. The facility report is loaded to eBoard, a High Point, North Carolina location, which does sit in, looks like it borders between a few counties, but it does sit in Forsyth County proper. This is not a repeat applicant. There is no management organization affiliated with this application. They did use the application assistance of the Goodall Consulting Group. And so when you look at their comparison to the Forsyth County School District, you have their bars represented in blue as for the subgrouping, substantially well over the LEA's educationally disadvantaged population there that they are planning to serve. And so at this time, there is, I believe, 4 board members in person, and they have 1 absent. Ms. Aniya Mayo has been the primary contact. So at this time, I would like to call the RYZE Academy board up to make their 10-minute opening statement.
Good afternoon, members of the Charter Review Board, and thank you for the opportunity to share our vision for RYZE Academy. Before we get started, we do have about 50 of our kids online watching, so we love you guys, and make sure you get your homework done before you go home. My name is Aniya Mayo, and I'm the board chair of RYZE Academy. RYZE Academy was born from a deep understanding of the urgent and unmet needs in the Tri-County High Point area of Forsyth, Guilford, and Davidson County. We stand at a critical moment. Forsyth County is facing school consolidations, program cuts, and uncertainty for families. On top of that, several charter schools in our area have recently moved to a 4-day school week, which has provided greater interest in RYZE from parents who are interested in a 5-day school week. That is why RYZE Academy is needed now more than ever. Our commitment is to create a school that fosters hands-on learning and conscious leadership through an entrepreneurial mindset. We are honored to present a school in Forsyth County designed not only to educate, but to uplift. I will now let each of my board members introduce themselves, sharing why RYZE and why now.
Good afternoon. My name is Sherena Sabla, and I'm proud to serve as vice chair for RYZE Academy. As a multi-award winning, data-driven teacher, instructional leader, curriculum developer, and nonprofit director, I've dedicated my career to creating spaces where children don't just learn, but they thrive. I chose to join the board of RYZE because it embodies my vision of education. It's rigorous, it's joyful, it's culturally relevant, and rooted in community love.
Good afternoon. My name is Clayton Whitaker, and I serve as board treasurer for RYZE Academy. As a board member, I bring strategic experience as an entrepreneur supporting more than 70 schools in the Carolinas for over 10 years in key areas including technology infrastructure, facility planning, vendor partnerships, and campus security. I joined RYZE because, as a former charter school student myself, I've seen firsthand the difference a caring, high expectation environment can make on students. When students are held accountable and feel supported and inspired, they begin to take ownership of their education in powerful ways. And I want to be a part of bringing that environment and that experience to the children of High Point.
I have to take off my glasses so I can see. Good afternoon. My name is Duane Robinson. I'm the secretary of the RYZE Academy. I joined RYZE because I deeply believe in the organization's core values and want to help drive it forward. I proudly retired as a senior non-commissioned officer from the United States Army after over 20 years of honorable service. Following my military career, I transitioned to the classroom as an Army JROTC instructor. Bring with me the shoot, move, and communicate skills I once taught on the battlefield for the last 10 years. I've been proudly echoing the mission by JROTC instructors worldwide to motivate young people to be better citizens. Condoleezza Rice said it best: education is transformational. It changes lives. In his absence, I would like to read a statement on behalf of Brian Taylor. Brian Taylor serves on the board of RYZE Academy because he believes a successful school must educate, empower, enable all students to becoming thriving members of society. A U.S. Navy veteran, he went on to own a logistics business. He currently serves as an instructor in a local school district and a pastor at Triad Christian Center. His leadership, business, and ministerial experience fuel his commitment to helping students reach their full potential.
And again, my name is Aniya Mayo, and for over 7 years, I have proudly served my community as the co-founder of a community-driven, critically acclaimed educational enrichment center, designed to meet the unique needs, passions, and potentials of every child. Prior to that, I spent 5 years within the school district as both a school educator and a supervisor over the district's after-school program, where I gained firsthand insight the challenges students face in and beyond the classroom. As a graduate of the High Point Chamber of Commerce leadership cohort and a current master's student in educational leadership at Wake Forest University, I bring a strong blend of grassroots experience, strategic leadership, and academic excellence to my work. My why is simple. It is rooted in the voices of families who feel unseen, students who are brilliant but overlooked, and my deep belief that education should be a launch pad for leadership, creativity, and innovation. RYZE is more than a school. It is an answer to a call for something greater. At RYZE Academy, our mission is clear: to empower the next generation of students through rigorous hands-on learning that fosters an entrepreneurial mindset and conscious leadership to make a positive impact on their communities and beyond. At RYZE, we believe in the power of exposure, opportunity, and intentional teaching. Every child deserves a chance to see a world beyond their current zip code and to know that they have the skills and confidence to shape that world. That is what RYZE exists to do. And our vision is grounded in our 4 core values: grit, responsibility, optimism, and wonder. These aren't just words on paper. They are the building blocks of entrepreneurship and conscious leadership. Grit is the perseverance to push through challenges. Responsibility is accountability to oneself and one's community. And optimism is the courage to take risk and believe in possibility. While wonder is that spark of curiosity and creativity that drives new ideas and solutions. So when we talk about entrepreneurship at RYZE, we're not just talking about starting businesses. We're talking about building mindsets, teaching students how to identify problems, create solutions, and take initiative. And when we talk about conscious leadership, we mean guiding students to use those skills with purpose, with integrity, and with a commitment to the greater good. This is how our mission, vision, and values come together: to raise students who not only dream big, but who are equipped to lead with heart, with courage, and with vision. Now let's talk about what sets us apart. Why RYZE and why now?
One of the many things that sets that makes RYZE truly unique is our location in Forsyth County. Our proposed campus sits in a space where our front yard is Guilford County, our backyard is Forsyth County, and if you walk outside, you'll see the county line to Davidson County. This intersection provides a rare and powerful opportunity to serve and unify students from 3 districts that face parallel challenges. So, how will RYZE Academy actually address these academic inequities? 1, through hands-on entrepreneurial learning. Students will explore business concepts, community impact projects, and design thinking challenges starting in elementary grades. 2, culturally responsive relational teaching. Teachers will be trained in culturally relevant pedagogy using the Uncommon Schools approach. 3, learning by doing. Through partnerships with local colleges like HPU, North Carolina A&T, GTCC, and small businesses like Severio's, Tri-County Garden, students will gain early exposure to career readiness in multiple areas. And then 4, family and community integration. RYZE Academy will offer family nights, leadership events, and parent councils to empower guardians as partners in the education process. So, while Forsyth and local charter schools are taking time and resources away from students and families, RYZE Academy is giving them back. Just last month, we all saw the news. Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools announced cuts of more than 300 positions, including critical areas like transportation and exceptional children's services, leaving a large pool of talented educators and staff available for RYZE Academy to recruit. Moreover, these reductions leave families who are already underserved with even fewer support, all in effort to close a multi-million-dollar deficit. As noted, some charter schools are also moving to a 4-day school week. While this can meet minimum instructional hours, a traditional 5-day school week offers essential benefits beyond seat time. It's also about daily social, emotional, and developmental connections with peers and teachers. Students thrive on consistency and daily engagement. And a 5-day schedule supports better retention, steady routine development, and prevents learning loss, especially for younger students and those needing extra supports, which is why we're needed. Over 300 families have already completed an intent to enroll form, solidifying their commitment to RYZE Academy. Beyond our intent to enroll data, our marketing efforts have been relentless, focused, and deeply intentional. We're not just connecting with families behind screens. We've shown up in the community every single day, knocking on doors, setting up tables at local events, and engaging in meaningful face-to-face conversations with families, not simply to promote a school, but to build authentic relationships and trust. And you can see our exciting journey through our Facebook and Instagram accounts. Furthermore, our board members bring deep community ties, and proven leadership, earning recognition as High Point Chamber of Commerce's Thriver of the Year Award in 2023 and Nonprofit of the Year 2022 from Triad Minority Business Expo. Our work reflects conscious leadership and that entrepreneurial spirit we talk about in our mission. The response to RYZE is powerful. 2 separate community organizations have hosted back-to-school drives in RYZE's honor. Fox 8, our local news, recently reached out to feature our story. And Verco, a national leader in school furniture, donated brand new classroom furniture to support our launch. Imagine what will happen when we're approved. Momentum like this doesn't just happen. It's a reflection of the need for RYZE and the trust our community already has in us to push our mission forward. Before we close, I'll have Aniya Mayo close.
So RYZE Academy is supported by a board that is not only deeply rooted in the community, but also deeply committed to our mission and our core values. Our board members bring lived experiences, professional expertise, and an unwavering dedication to ensure this school not only opens, but that it thrives. We are composed of proven leaders who are no strangers to building and sustaining successful organizations and businesses with children and families at the heart of our work. We are united in our belief that RYZE can and will be the catalyst for meaningful long-term change. Our school is homegrown. It is birthed from our community ask of founders to build this school. RYZE is not just another option. It is a solution at the exact moment families need one most.
Thank you. So thank you for the clarification. I worked in Guilford County in High Point. I worked in that school district for a while. Never knew that High Point and Winston. I was so confused when I was reading the application. It's like, is it placed in Winston-Salem or High Point? But thank you for thank you for the clarification. All right, so this is time for our board is going to collect some questions, and they'll be just coming at us, and I'm gonna write them down. And we get to a point, we'll stop and we'll give you guys some ample opportunity to answer those questions. Okay.
Sounds good.
A board open for your questions. Hilda.
Yes, they say they're going to have entrepreneur mindset. I want to know if they're going to offer some entrepreneurial classes, and if so, how many, which grades, and if they will be required, and who the outside vendor for food is, or vendors.
Let's just get that one answered. Who is the outside vendor for food?
We don't have an outside vendor for food yet.
Okay, that's something to work on. Okay.
Can I
that's
piggyback on food?
Yes, please.
You talk a lot about lunch. I see nothing about breakfast.
Mhm.
And with the population you seek to serve, that gives me pause. So talk to me a little bit about that.
So we didn't include a breakfast plan in our application, nor is it in our budget. But we do understand the demographic of students that we serve, that it may be an issue. So that's where we lean on our community partners. We built great community partners. We have great community partners, and we plan on leaning on them for that breakfast need.
Can I keep going?
Yes, please.
Thanks. Sorry. So you called it out a while ago, but I do think the grassroots nature of this is really neat. Like, growing from the after school and really building, and seeing where need was is a neat way for a school to be hatched. It's cool. Talk to me a little bit about board members that will become staff. I know Ms. Sabla will be the school leader, and will obviously have to come off the board. Are there any other board members that will become staff?
No.
Okay. And then just something small. We're talking about organizational charts. In your org chart, the PTO and the school improvement team do not fall under the school administrator. They fall under the board. Is that intentional or
They report to the board.
okay? So SIT is not going to report to the school leader.
Say that again.
SIT, the school improvement team,
They will.
They're going to report to the school leader, not to the board.
Yes, but the final say is the board.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, I would change that just to, but then I would like for you guys to talk a little bit about demand. Looking at respondents and the number of those respondents who have kids of the age was a little bit confusing. So if you could address what you've done to gauge demand and what those numbers look like. We've had a lot of conversations in the last couple of days around us really helping schools to make sure that they have demand and don't just perceive demand.
And if I may,
go ahead, Bruce. I've got something I want to add to that, but go ahead, please.
yeah, and also in light of, they're actually, it's not just down the street, but like even just this morning, we were presented with a school in this area that is woefully below their projected enrollment and may not even meet the state minimum. And they're 10 miles away as a car drives, probably 6 or 7 as the crow flies, right? And so just piggybacking on that, how do you?
And not that this
really
adds into the conversation, but then to also, and I know you guys highlighted this, but if Winston-Salem Forsyth is cutting their budget by that much, that means students probably are leaving the area. So in the area in which you are proposing to build this, how have you factored in the fact that budget cut, while it might be good for you guys to get staff, means where the kids coming from? So all this kind of combined, I'm sure you all have had those conversations. So what are your thoughts around all this?
So the demand is definitely there. So after we submitted our application, since we've submitted our application, we've got 332 intent to enrolls. Kindergarten being, our goal for each grade is 50 students, and we've got 104 from kindergarten first grade 66, second grade 60, third grade 53, and fourth grade we hit right at that 50 mark. And we've gone out every single day since our application was submitted, went to apartment complexes, went to community events, built those authentic relationships, provided resources for those families. So the need we feel is definitely there. And a benefit that we have is our facility is pretty much ready to go. So we are able to, and we have access to it already. So we are able to go ahead and start hosting events, building that relationship, building that familiarity with our students and our families. And also, I know we said it in our opening statement, but we really implore you to go to our social media. Like, we have done an excellent job. I'm very proud of our social media and what we have documented the whole journey from the approval of the application up until now. So we feel that the demand is there, especially with what's happening with Salem Forsyth County. And the students that we tend to serve, they can't leave the area because they're economically disadvantaged. So providing that option for them where they don't have to go anywhere, that's the powerful part about it.
Mr. McNair has asked a question multiple times, and I don't mean to steal his thunder, but speak to the transportation plan for getting your students there.
Yeah, so we have, I'm glad you asked that question. I have to look at my notes real quick. I want to be correct. So we plan on providing student transportation to designated community bus stops. During its first year of operation, the school intends to acquire 3 buses to service 2 primary routes. 2 of the routes were established in response to a survey from interested families. So we went out, we talked to the families, we sat down, we asked them what we could do to get them in-house. And that's what they wanted. They wanted that transportation. We were able to say that, yes, we're going to provide that transportation to you, coming from Guilford County, Davidson, and Forsyth counties. We're going to give them that opportunity to grow. If they come to RYZE, they will get that opportunity to grow, and we're going to get them there.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think we're going to probably say this in every interview that we have this year, and hopefully people are listening, but expect at least a 20% no-show.
Yes.
Right. And so it's great. And I celebrate the fact that you guys have so many interested folks. Folks like to come to the meetings and do that kind of stuff, but then you got to make sure that they show up. So I think what's the plan to ensure prior to the school opening up that those kids are actually going to be there? Because 50 is nice, but if you take 20% of that, you're not at capacity down in that classroom. So
like I said before, we're going to have those events at our facility. We're going to engage them throughout. We've already sent out our September newsletter to our families that have completed our intent to enroll. We're going to continue to engage them. We're going to continue to go out every single day to these apartment complexes, talk to these families, and engage them. And also, to speak to your question about the entrepreneurship classes, we are building an entrepreneurship mindset. So it's not like, what am I trying to say? Like not direct instruction.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So we will have the entrepreneurship classes. So what it will look like is we will have what's called Rise Up Fridays. So Monday through Thursday, they will go through their core content classes, and Friday will be broken up into 2 portions. So we'll have our review and then interventions, and we'll have our enrichment piece. So that's part of our enrichment. We'll invite in community leaders, community entrepreneurs to speak to our students, to pour life into them. And we will have classes as well. That will be part of our specials. And that will be with all of our students. Those will be on Friday. So our specials will be on Friday. Entrepreneurship classes on Friday through our community leaders. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, other questions, board members?
Yes, I have several questions. One, I guess Clayton Whitaker, as our treasurer here for this group. You don't live in the area, so what kind of brought you? How did this partnership begin with you? And you recognize the significance of the budget and someone's eyes on the numbers and understanding the numbers. Can you just speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, so I may not be in Forsyth County. I am in the next county over to it, though. I was brought in just kind of from an entrepreneurial mindset. I am a small business owner. I've been running the business for a few years now, and so trying to keep that vision alive. Also, with my own experience, as I said, as a charter school student, the experience I had, I really enjoyed, and it really set my life on a new path forward. And I wanted to be able to supply that to other children as well, or make it available to them as well.
Okay, and could someone on the board, it may be Clayton or someone else, speak to the services that you are getting from your support? You're paying a 7% fee each year, and I'd like to know what that includes, what they'll be handling for you.
Yes, so that includes support to the board and principal when it comes to enrollment and admissions, finance, operations, compliance, marketing, and board trainings as well.
Any other members have questions about that?
Yeah, so that 7%,
Before we move.
the 7% fee for all those services you just indicated.
Yes.
Your partner then will use that fee to then make sure those services get done. It's not just 7% to your partner who will then find you someone else that you're going to pay additional.
Correct. They will be doing all the services directly. Yes. And I did leave out SIS services they will be providing as well. Sorry.
Would you name those services one more time?
Okay,
Mhm.
here we go. Sorry. Enrollment and admissions, SIS services,
Mhm.
operations, finance, marketing.
That was one.
I said enrollment and admissions.
You did.
Compliance, I think. I don't remember if I said that already again.
Compliant.
And then board trainings as well.
Board trainings.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I covered it.
I have a question that may seem a little odd. Talk to me about the name. And this comes from an angle of there is a RYZE Academy charter here in Raleigh. Granted, it's a different spelling, but it's RYZE. I can see how that can create confusion. Like my school is Pine Springs, and I constantly get emails about Pine Lake, right? And they're 300 miles away, or maybe not that long. But talk to us a little bit about the name, if you would.
So the name was birthed through the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, and we thought, fly Eagles fly and rise up Eagles. So the name was kind of birthed from that. We just saw the Eagles win the Super Bowl, and we saw all of the excitement, and we created our mission and our core values, and our core values tied into why they won. So when we talk about grit, we talk about responsibility, optimism, and wonder, all of that kind of played a part in the name.
So you're assuming none of us are Kansas City Chiefs fans then? That's what you're saying.
Sorry, guys.
I'm a Steelers fan.
Oh, yeah. Back and go.
The last question I really have is about your facility. I know that you're leasing the church, right? You have a 3-year contract with the church, Manna Church, for $5,000 a month. So
Yes.
that's in writing. That won't increase.
Yes.
So then you're also leasing modulars, right?
Year one, we will not be.
Will not be.
No, there will not be a need for it year one. Everything will be able to go into the church space.
But we did include it into our budget as a contingency plan, but we do not intend to use the modulars year one at all.
Okay, you won't need those.
Yeah.
So the church has 10 classrooms?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Plus room for intervention and a multi-purpose space and a fitness and playground. So like we said before, there's minimal renovations that need to be done to obtain our ECO.
I guess the other little tidbits, can you buy 3 buses for $12,000? People that live in that world.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you
So
can,
with-
Honestly, yes.
you can buy out of service buses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are actually auctioneers out there that sell buses fairly decent shape that are pretty cheap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you
what we
can
intend
buy
to do.
the school system out of service from the
Well, you can get on auction sites too and find even better deals. So check out. But anyway, I want to go back to that 7% we're talking about in the services that you're getting. Like, so what I heard, I want to make sure that I'm clear on what I heard. Those services are going to be provided by the person that you're paying that 7% to, or how's that working?
Yes, it's going to be provided by Goodall Consulting Team.
Okay, so Goodall's not going out and getting someone else to do it. They're doing it themselves.
They'll be providing it themselves with their team.
Okay. Payroll too?
Yes.
I didn't hear that one. So
Yes, payroll is also included.
okay, it's all and one shop is doing. I'm good, Eddie. I just want to make sure that yeah. I just want to make sure that I understood that you're not getting them to farm out and get somebody else to do it for you. They're doing it themselves.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to know. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
In your application, you mentioned a sign that will go on the church property. Can that go up sooner rather than later as part of your building?
Yes, again, we already have access to it, so we're good to go.
I just have a couple of comments. I'm a big believer that leadership is about 90% of this work, and I'm super impressed with all of you. And I'd work for you, Miss Sabla, right now. So very impressive presentation and application, and also a very tight website, which I was just checking out. So you were right.
House.
Good point. I did have one question though, because it seems like you guys and what charter schools are all about, lab schools doing something different. So I'm interested in hearing how you're going to train teachers to do these things, right? So if we're talking about the leadership and the entrepreneurial and all, those aren't skill sets I remember getting when I was coming through my teacher ed program. So what's your thought through, or what's your plan for staff development for these types of things?
So you are right. That is something that a lot of us didn't get, but we want to aim to give that to these students in Forsyth County, Davidson County, and Guilford County. Now, how that's going to happen is through Uncommon Schools Teach Like a Champion. So as an Uncommon teacher, I have had the opportunity to see this one, to observe it, and then to do it. And then I also saw the impact it had on both students and teachers. So what that looks like is modules online that our teachers will be able to practice at their own pace. And in addition to that, there's an Uncommon Schools teacher, me, the school leader, that will go into these rooms and observe, and after observing, give feedback with action steps as well. So that's how we plan on building the culture, and we plan on providing professional development tools and resources to our teachers.
The site that you're going into, is it permanent? Is that your permanent home?
I don't anticipate it being our permanent home, just because we anticipate a lot of growth.
And looking in the area, planning, just looking ahead, I'm sure you guys have done some work on this, and knowing that the community that you're, and I only plant this seed now, is that knowing that the school, as you has just said yourselves, is people don't leave because leaving's hard.
Yeah.
The thought of where your permanent home is in compared to where you are right now, so you don't lose students or lose that connection.
So actually, the really great thing about our property is we have 2 open fields that we've talked to our the landlord, and they've talked, and we've been in conversation about possibly building on that extra land. So that is an opportunity that is on the table for us.
And one final question for me, and then we'll see if anybody else. How much work have you guys done with Nito?
So our organization just did a bike giveaway. So what that looked like is we went to High Point University, and they gave all of our students a bike. So we have partnerships with the school in different departments of the school, but not necessarily Nito himself.
Just a suggestion. That man loves High Point.
Yeah.
When I was there, Montlou Elementary School, he adopted that school and sent teacher training teachers down. So when you start thinking about getting practicing teachers, getting extra resources inside the school for free, he would be someone. I'm not going to commit for Nito. I hope he's listening, but he would be a good resource to go have a conversation with, the support that you might get in what you guys are trying to do.
I just stepped up because you don't have to, because I actually have a meeting with him later this week.
Amen, bro.
Yeah, my daughter she's a student at High Point. I'm going to talk to him about one thing.
Let's slide the card over. And he'll like that because that's what he does.
Yeah, I've talked to him. I've talked to him many times.
There's always one reason he comes to see you, but you don't know what the real reason
Yes,
is.
he's an amazing person. He's
Yeah, we
amazing.
do have a support letter from Dr. Doug Hall at High Point University. So we have been in close contact and building that relationship and that partnership.
Great resource. Okay, cool. Any other questions?
I have a quick question about the after-school enrichment. Who's conducting that, and is there a fee for that?
Yes, so we are the founders and the directors of Growing the Distance, and there is a fee
Okay, and so it's your program?
Yes.
And it picks up the children after school?
after school.
It
Yes,
doesn't pick them up, they stay there on the campus
yep,
and are kept until whatever your hours are agreed?
Yep.
That's a separate commitment
that-
from the parents and the family?
yeah.
Okay.
So is the fee based on family income? Or you have a flat fee?
It's a flat fee.
How long have you all been running the after-school program?
8 years. I think we starting our 8 years. 8.
So more
It might
than
be
a minute.
7.
More than a minute. Yeah.
So they got their own farm squad then.
Too many to
They got
count.
their own farm squad. Cool.
Are you affiliated with High Point Leap?
No, but we
In
are
any
familiar.
way?
We are familiar.
Okay.
Okay. Questions, comments? Todd?
Was going to make a motion.
Oh. Well, we gotta let's let them do their closing remarks before we entertain any motions. But any other questions or concerns before we let them close? Okay. Closing remarks.
It's right here. Members of the Charter School Review Board, RYZE Academy represents more than a school. It is a bold response to an urgent call from families across Forsyth, Davidson, and Guilford. At the crossroads of these three communities, too many children remain without the opportunities they deserve. Families are asking for stability, innovation, and a school that nurtures the whole child. RYZE stands ready to meet that need with transportation, lunch, a ready-to-go facility with a signed lease that our students can call home, and a unique model of rigorous hands-on learning that cultivates entrepreneurial thinking and conscious leadership, designed not only to educate, but to empower. We are not standing alone in this mission. RYZE is backed by a successful charter support organization with a proven track record of launching thriving schools in North Carolina. We have an established and dedicated board of directors, including 2 members with prior charter school experience, who are wholeheartedly committed and ready to do the work. An overqualified, passionate founding principal prepared to lead with excellence. Local and national community partners eager to provide wraparound support for students and staff. Several current stakeholders who are eager to officially join the board of RYZE, with some already participating in meetings and completing background checks. Prospective teachers and staff who have already expressed strong interest in joining our team. Our intent to enroll process confirms the demand. Close to 350 students are committed to joining RYZE our opening year, and we're steadfast in our plan to increase that number daily. We've hosted multiple interest meetings at our proposed location, each one a packed house of families eager to learn more about RYZE. We've worked closely with the City of High Point, building inspectors to secure our ECO, and our team has already traveled to visit Uncommon Elementary Schools, seeking mentorship, observing classrooms, families, and systems, gathering best practices, and witnessing firsthand the impact of their proven framework. In light of ongoing district-wide challenges, many families are actively seeking stable, high-quality alternatives. 92% of our intent to enroll forms in the last 3 weeks have come from Forsyth County. RYZE Academy is prepared to fill that critical gap, offering the choice and excellence families have long been seeking. With your partnership, we have the opportunity to create lasting change, lifting students, families, and the entire community upward, forward, together, leading RYZE as a tool and pathway for change. Thank you for your time, your consideration, and for joining us in making this vision a reality.
Excellent. Thank you for your closing comments and your presentation. Time for deliberation.
Am I up? Is it my turn?
You are now ready to motion.
I will with all the glee that I can muster, motion that we move RYZE Academy to ready to open.
All right, we have a motion and second. And it sounds like a second that just came from online. A comment from me. I worked in this school district in that area for a long time, and it's tough work. And the hardest thing is getting people to believe in what you're doing and getting them to come. So please, after ready to open, fill this school up and live up to this promise. They need it. They deserve it. So thank you for deciding to put a school there. Any other comments?
Yeah, just appreciate how much you guys put into this and how ready you were for today and for this moment. Just some great schools in North Carolina to learn from. We've talked about Sally B and Durham Charter and obviously District Collegiate, who are doing this work, and we'd be happy to be friends and partners in this.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm going to support this wholeheartedly. I'm just going to echo the same thing I said earlier, but just maybe consider putting some type of geographic moniker so you're not confused with the school here in Raleigh. I just say that over that you might regret if you don't do that. That's all. So
Your office support will thank you for not getting all those phone calls, and your administration will enjoy not getting the emails. I promise. All right, Ashley, roll call.
All right. This is to move RYZE to ready to open status, or into ready to open. Stephen Gay,
Aye.
Bruce Friend,
aye.
Rita Hare,
Aye.
Hilda Parlay, Todd Godby,
Aye.
Eric Sanchez,
Aye.
Shelley Shope,
Aye.
John Eldridge,
Aye.
Linda Lynn Kakadillis, aye. Eric Buchan,
Yes.
Gerald McNair.
Aye.
Unanimously approved.
Thank you so much.
We will be in touch about getting you. We'll see you in September.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, everybody. As always, special thanks to Ashley and the entire team.